Hey fans, it's me Aaron for a comic show. It is a MegaCon weekend this week for people in Orlando, or if you come to Orlando, it's a big convention. We'll be there on Saturday, we'll have a good time. Got a big bunch of DC stuff with Convergence, got a whole lot of great Image stuff, and some Marvel, and Convergence won. This book, it was kind of a mixed bag for me. I liked it because I read the entire World's End Earth 2, and I enjoyed that. I enjoyed these characters. And I am also happy they're still around, but, and I liked how the issue opened. It opened with a world dying, world under a dome, whatnot, dying. I'm not saying which world, I'm not trying to spoil things, I'm just trying to give you the gist of it. And then Tellos fights our favorites from Earth 2, and through that kind of understands what's gonna happen, which we kind of already know. It's the whole worlds live, worlds die, nothing will be the same. And the domes are coming down, the domes came down, but again, it's like a lot of setup, a whole lot of setup. And what's the selling point of Convergence to me, what I was excited about with it is everyone punching everyone in the face. And I didn't really get much of that. This issue. So what I did like a lot was the issue's called Domesday, and it's like, why the hell didn't I think of that? It's hilarious, it's Domesday. Anyway, the first issue, the Zero issue was okay. It was Brainiac's like, hey, Superman, look at me, look at me, look at this, look what I can do, look what I can do, look what I can do. Oh, it's Tellos, oh, it's this planet, and oh, forget. But we remember, and then we get issue 1, we're ready to see this stuff, and it's still setup. So as long as you're prepared to have the first issue still be some setup, that's fine. You'll probably enjoy it. All these Convergence tie-ins are two-shots, two-issue things. It's all pre-New 52, pre-Flashpoint characters that we long for. It's like all nostalgia. This is like nostalgia. You could roll this up and just get high off nostalgia. I mean, you could probably cut it up and snort it, whatever you want to do, but Harley Quinn. This is that classic Harley Quinn that we love. Yes, it has her, it's going to have her verse the Captain Carrot, but that's the kind of zaniness that you just have to put up with Harley or Deadpool or whatnot, and I enjoy it. I enjoy it. I really like that issue. It was a lot of fun. Some of the best nostalgia, Gail Simone doing Nightwing and Oracle. We don't have either of these characters really anymore. We have Grayson the Spy, and we have Batgirl instead of Oracle. So this is a very fun book. To have Simone do it too is even better. Tony Bedard doing Speed Force. We have Wally West, the classic Wally West that we love, that we were endeared to because of Mark Waid's run and Jeff Johns' run. I love Wally West. We loved him in the Justice League cartoon show. You have him and his kids and all that wackiness. Speed Force, fun. The Question, this is a continuation of Rucka and Cully's run. If you liked any of that, you need this book, seriously. Even if you don't get any other Convergence anything, if you liked Rucka on that Question character, get this book. If not, like, why do you hate yourself? Batman and Robin, you see that Red Hood from the old Morrison run, pre-New 52. Justice League, I only have this weird cover because they shorted me on my regular covers, but it's basically an all-female Justice League, and they're fighting the Flashpoint characters. Cool, because you know, Flashpoint went away and New 52 came. Where did the Flashpoint characters go? Well, they went under a dome. Yay, fun. Okay. It's weird. I understand it's weird, but it's also fun. It's nostalgia. If there's anything about the old 52 universe, the pre-Flashpoint universe that you want to see again, just do it. Just jump into it. You got Superman still married and Lois having his baby. Who doesn't want to see that? You know, that's awesome. Titans, Arsenal, Roy, Red Arrow, and how much his life was an open toilet bowl at the end of right before Flashpoint. That's for you. Batgirl, Stephanie Brown with Cassandra Cain Black Bat, Red Robin Tim looking all cool with like a Kingdom Come type uniform, and the Atom. You have Ray Palmer investigating the death of Chow, and is he really dead? Blah blah blah. Written by Payer, who did that Animal Man Android series back in the day. Remember back when like the oddball comic that was diversity, it was like an android? Like, you know, we didn't really have very many female titles, but we had an android and we loved him. So anyway, and Harley Quinn Volume 2 is out. Moving on to Image. you guys know how much I love Image, and this week just did not disappoint. Jupiter Circle #1. Look at this Super Friends parody cover. This is set back in the day, back Pleasantville time. Jupiter's Legacy is out this week, both by Mark Millar. $10 trade. Legacy is in the vein of Mark Millar Authority. It's in the vein of this postmodern, hyper-violent, very political story where why do the old farts not want anything to do with politics, and the young whippersnappers do want it? And what's up with that? Well, this is what's up with that. The evil that got things so bad, it's one man, J. Edgar Hoover. Seriously, the dude that was spying on Martin Luther King and tried to break up King's marriage. This is all Freedom of Information Act. These are all facts. You know, you can have your opinions, but these are facts, all right? I mean, who do you want to side with, Martin Luther King or J. Edgar Hoover? You got to pick a side. There's one or the other. And this book, this is fun. Essentially, it's Blue Bolt's story with this issue. He's closeted gay, which I assume everyone was back then in old-time Hollywood and whatnot. And Hoover wants this team to work for him. They don't want to work for him. Why should they? They have powers. Why do they want to work for that asshole? So he gets some dirt on one of the characters being gay, and we'll see what goes from there. Doesn't sound too good, but it was really enjoyable. Descender, Jeff Lemire, a robot boy, his robot dog. Are they responsible for the destruction of planets? I don't know. They're just too darn cute, and I'm rooting for him. It's a fun issue, Jeff Lemire. He can do heartstrings. He can do things that make me feel feelings when it's for a robot dog and a robot boy, and I'm just ready to cry. I love you, Jeff Lemire. Moving on to Saga. Opens with sex, more sex. Saga is about sex. The central theme of Saga is sex. The opposite of war is sex, not peace. And if you want to know about how to stop war, you need to start having sex and start reading Saga, because that's where it is. All right, moving on to Savior. Todd McFarlane co-wrote this book. That's its claim to fame. Clayton Crane art's on here, and I've always liked his art. I liked his art with Ghost Rider. I've liked it with Carnage. I've liked it with Valiant. I've always liked it. As a kid, was a fan of McFarlane's writing, but I don't know. The first issue, it has promise. It has promise. If you're a McFarlane fan, by all means, get it. Obviously, with the name Savior, it's a modern thing of like, oh, is he the Messiah? Is he religious? Is it saving the world? And of course, we don't know with the first issue. Of course not. And it seems like it's something made to become a movie or a TV series or something. But bottom line is, I enjoyed reading it. It's cool. Loved the art. Moving on. Rat Queens 10. It's the final issue of the second arc. Finally, Volume 2 can come out. And I'm really loving this guy's art. I was skeptical at first that he was a good fit for Rat Queens. Not that he's not a good artist, but that he's a good fit for Rat Queens. And I've basically been proven wrong. I'm enjoying it. And I didn't say his name because I don't know how to pronounce it. They both start with an S, and I don't know. I'm sorry. I'll figure that out. I apologize. Nameless, Grant Morrison. This book is so trippy. I can't wait to read the whole volume on some type of mind-altering drug, because I'm sure I will get a lot more out of it that way. And am I kidding? Who knows? Maybe, maybe not. I assure you that if I do mind-altering drugs, I will do it in a very safe place, not around my wife or daughter. And I don't know. Maybe I will, maybe I won't. We'll see. We'll see how I feel. Walking Dead, the issue is called Life and Death, so obviously I can't really say anything without it being a spoiler, so I won't. Birthright 6, it's the first issue after Trade 1, which you need to get. It's only $9.99. But he's on the run with his brother. He's grown up now. Is he evil? Is he going to kill his brother? I sure hope not. Rebels, Brian Wood. This is not a book about the Founding Fathers. This is not a book about the dudes in wigs. This is not a book about everyone. It's not propaganda. It's not about those that we were taught and bored to death over in school. This is about the peasant farmers. This is about a revolt against being treated unjustly by an oppressive force. And knowing Brian Wood, and knowing Brian Wood's Channel Zero punk rock background, and having a punk rock background myself, being sensitive to this, it's Ferguson, y'all. It is. It is Ferguson. It's Ferguson, Missouri. The British are the cops, and those the farmers are. It's a metaphor. I'm serious. seriously, I'm serious. And I think it'd make a great TV show, like History Channel, AMC, something like that. I enjoyed it. And I'm not a big history buff. I'm not a big on like alt history, but I'm not a big history guy in fiction, and I really enjoyed it. Kaijumax, like a Supermax for kaijus. Look at this Brian Lee O'Malley cover. Cute as hell. So cute. This book is like Orange is the New Black, but with monsters, all right? It's monsters. And they're being treated so unfairly and so much discriminated against, and are they really, did they really do these bad things, or is it all trumped up? Were they one was just trying to protect her kids? I mean, and now they're in this prison, and it's just awful, and I really enjoyed it. And look how cute this cover is. You know you want to try it. And Zander Cannon had such a great mashup concept that honestly, I was down before I read the first page. I was like, oh, that's cool, I want to read that. So do you want to read that? I hope so, because I bought a lot of copies. Moving on. Team Ninja Turtles Ghostbusters. Yes, this sounds stupid. Yes, I've heard people like, so dumb, but it was a lot of fun, and who cares? Who cares? Nostalgia is stupid. Just read new things. The whole concept of wanting to read things from your childhood and only wanting old things refurbished and rehashed isn't the best for, making a case for great art. Is it fun? Will you enjoy it? Yes. So do that. Moving on with Death of Deadpool. Death of Deadpool issue 250 or 45 or whatever you want to call it. The joke is on you. All the people on the internet and message boards like, oh, Marvel, I hate them. They're killing Deadpool just like they killed Wolverine just because they're Fox properties for movies. Why would they do this? They hate us. They hate all mutants. Like, Marvel is like the Sentinels now. Marvel is the one like killing off mutants and hating mutants. It's gotten totally meta. But anyway, this issue, his death, the end of that first story with his death, do not look at it first. Don't flip to it. It is hilarious. The joke is on us as the reader, but in a way that I laughed out loud. I loved it. And the final story in there, the roast of Deadpool, officiated by Howard the Duck, was freaking brilliant. I loved it. I laughed so hard. Thanos is there, the Infinity Gauntlet. Thanos is in the helicopter. Nutty. Speaking of Howard the Duck, issue 2, this is exactly what I want from a Howard book. Chip Zdarsky is freaking nailing it. And just the idea, like the first issue, he's the PI, She-Hulk, he's trying to get hired by She-Hulk, and then he gets snatched by the Collector and taken to the prison planet, which is what everybody modern day knows him from the movie, Guardians of the Galaxy, the movie. And basically, we get Rocket Raccoon and Howard the Duck interacting, pissing each other off for a whole issue, and I freaking loved it. And I think you would too. If you like the Guardians movie, seriously, get Howard the Duck. All new Hawkeye 2, it's Jeff Lemire. So much stuff is in his wheelhouse. No, it's not that he's good at blonde womanizers with arrows like his Green Arrow run. He is good at family books. And it's Clint and his brother in the flashbacks, and his father, or the one who raised him, and the new guy raising him, and in the present day story, him as a not creepy uncle, I guess, to the new Hawkeye. Jeff Lemire kicks ass at anything with family dynamics, and he's kicking ass with this Hawkeye book. It's a different kind of kick ass than Fraction's Hawkeye, but it's definitely kick ass. So I'm enjoying it. And finally, Star Wars Darth Vader 4. If you missed 3, it's because it blew up on the internet with the first appearance of Afra. And Afra's in this issue, this whole issue, and she just is hilarious. She talks so much shit to Vader. Like, she knows when to be silent so he doesn't like force choke her, but she is, I want to see him hook up, honestly. I really want to see him hook up. Like, that's what I want. I mean, she has torture droids. He has torture droids. They're like a match. Yeah, like they would be, Match.com would match them up, obviously. I really enjoyed it. So Darth Vader is absolutely my favorite new Star Wars book. And if you haven't checked it out, you really should. Thanks, guys. Bye-bye.